Hi, my name is Dylan, product manager here at AirDNA, and excited to give you a quick overview on the advanced research portion of the property manager tool. So first off, what is the advanced research section? So really this is a home base for property managers to identify opportunities, whether that's through property expansion or expanding into markets, or to benchmark against the competition, right? To see how a subset of properties or saved filters or any competitive set is performing against your own properties. So first off, where is it located? It's here on the left of the new left-hand navigation, and it has this expandable section. So the first thing I'll call out is that this is a market agnostic section of the app, right? So the rest of AirDNA is very market-based, right? If you want to explore individual markets, you can click into those markets, you can find out more about them. But this is really, advanced research is really starting from scratch, right? So I'm starting at a country level here, and I can apply any and all filters. So that's what I'll do here at the top. I can apply any filter I want. If I wanted to see both the performance of properties that are located in both Denver and Boulder, and I don't know, even Chicago, if I wanted to get crazy, I could do that. I could apply. And now everything in this dashboard is going to update accordingly. So you have the market filter, and then you have all the other filters that you'll be familiar with throughout the rest of AirDNA. So you've got listing filters, bedroom, bath, everything like that. Performance filters, this is where you're going to see price tiers, professionally managed, whether properties are managed by a specific property manager or a host ID, which I'll speak more about, host unit count, and a bunch of other stuff, including reviews. And you've got amenities as well. So the first thing you'll want to do on this page is really focus on the variable. So right now we're looking at total revenue. I'll flip it over to average monthly revenue. So now we're looking at the average monthly revenue of all properties in Denver, Boulder, and Chicago. And we have all these awesome views to unpack data for them. You also have control over the start date and the end date, and you have the control over whether you want to look at things on a yearly or a monthly basis. So you've got these tiles here at the top. These have a horizontal scroll, so you can kind of get a quick snapshot of properties in that subset over the last 12 months. You can scroll over to the right. And then you have the first kind of hero chart here. So this is showing me the average monthly revenue for properties that I've filtered to over that time period, right? And a big thing I want to call out here is this add a comparison modal. So what is this? This basically allows you to add any comp set or a saved filter that you've previously created in AirDNA. So there's a bunch of cool use cases here. I won't go into all of them, but let's say you wanted to benchmark against a custom region that you've drawn on the map. Maybe you've drawn a map previously. I have this one here for San Diego custom region. I added a filter for 4.5 stars. Any other filter, right? This is another one for 3 bedrooms with pools. I'll go ahead and do that. And then also individual comp sets. So with the new comp set feature we've rolled out, if you've gone through and selected individual comps that you want to benchmark against, you can also add that here. So you can add up to 5 comparisons in this view. And I'll add in one more, which is a property manager. So I've previously selected Avance as a filter, and I've saved it, and now I can apply that. So I'll do that, and this will go ahead and apply. I'll uncheck my current filters, and now I can clearly see, maybe I'll jump over to yearly view to get a bit more of a clear view on how each of these subsets performs against one another, right? So obviously this is kind of a wild use case, but you get the idea, right? So I can clearly see which areas perform better, which properties perform better. You can save filters for with and without pools to see if amenities have a dramatic impact on reviews, on revenue, and everything like that. So super powerful for this comparison modal. You can also flip over the metric to analyze anything else, right? So if I wanted to look at supply, if I wanted to look at occupancy, right now I'm comparing those same things, but across this variable. So super powerful. This one, we have kind of a year over year analysis. So really easy to see how trends are going year over year, and then another view here for year over year. And the last thing I want to call out is this occupancy heat map. So this is really a heat map for, I'll flip it over to average revenue. It's really an opportunity heat map. So what is this? This is basically the ability to select your dimensions, and dimensions are basically axes, right? So I'm looking at bedrooms by price tiers. So this is telling me that 1 bedroom budget properties earn on average $1.5 thousand per month, right? In these markets that I've filtered through. So really you can kind of unpack opportunities here. One I like to do is just to look at actually the same metric next to each other, and I can clearly see that, hey, 3 bedrooms earn 4.3K and 4 bedrooms earn 6K in these markets, right? And opportunities that we usually see is where bedroom count doesn't necessarily mean higher revenue, right? Where if these were in parity, it would be kind of a no-brainer to acquire smaller properties that are maybe less maintenance, less cleaning fees, everything like that, so you can make your acquisition decisions smartly. A bunch of different dimensions in here. You can flip it over to property rating. You can flip it over to real estate type, right? If you want to unpack whether houses or apartments are kind of more valuable. So super cool heat map that you can download there. And then I think that's all I'll cover. Oh, the last thing I'll mention on this is the table view. So you can also switch this over to the table view if you're just looking to unpack that row by row performance and put it into your own spreadsheets for analysis. You can find that here. So this is month, and this respects the dates and everything like that. So that is the Advanced Insights tab. I'll now hop over to the all short-term rental properties.